Madeline_Dodd. On the gram, if that's your thing, you can see my life in tiny, tiny squares. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow the Q as well, at the Q Trivia on social media. Don't miss any of the action and all of the trivia updates. If you want to see your trivia question on an upcoming show, go ahead and email us your question and your answer to submissions@theq.live, and maybe, just maybe, it'll get featured in an upcoming game. As always, we love to hear from our fans all over the world. And hey, another exciting announcement. Do you want 2 free lives? I think the answer is probably yes. Go ahead and screenshot the Nectar card in the game lobby and tag the Q Trivia and Nectar sunglasses on an Instagram post, not a story, for 2 Mind you at the end of the game, but for now, let's get to it. $250 is what's at stake today, and let me tell you how it will work and how it can all be yours. But first, I want to give some shout-outs as promised. We got Brazil in the house, Kansas City, London, Canada, Monaco, Arizona, Florida. Man, you guys are from all over, Roseville, Minnesota, and Seattle. I love it. Thanks for shouting me out on Twitter and telling me where you guys are all from. All right, and to the rules, there are 12 questions. You have 8 seconds to answer and 3 choices to pick from. I assume you guys all know the drill by now. They range from pretty easy to pretty darn difficult. You guys make it to the end, you win or split the cash between you, and even if you get knocked out, still play and stay in the game because you can get leaderboard points for a chance to win some cash at the end of the month. And for those of you that cashed out in May, your payments are still being processed, so don't take to Twitter with the hate. We are working on it, and we promise they'll be in your bank soon. Don't forget, you can also refer friends to sign up for the queue and receive extra lives for even more chances to win. There's just so many opportunities here. I love it, but enough of that spiel. Let's get to the questions and the real deal, why we're all here. $250 that's on the line. All it takes is 12 questions. Not that hard. Let's do it. Question number 1, which of the following is water? Is it CO2, NaCl, or H2O? One of these, carbon dioxide, the other is sodium chloride, better known as salt. Gotta love it. But we're looking for water here, that thing that keeps you super hydrated and functioning A-OK. That is H2O. Nice job. You guys made it through this one. Over 5,000 of you. Now you just have to do that 11 more times, and you'll be today's winner. Can you do it? Let's take off to question number 2. Which nation is known for its Great Wall? Is it Japan, Iran, or China? If you've ever visited this country, maybe you made a stop here. It was built a millennia ago, and it was no quick process, but the construction lasted over a few empires' reigns. Today, you can see the Great Wall in China, of course. Only a small handful of you fell off that one, but let's take it to some history and see how many of you remember this very famous speech. Q3. The I Have a Dream speech was orated by Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, or Nelson Mandela. This is one of the most famous speeches in history, was a big part of the civil rights movement of the 1960s, and it was delivered to a crowd of hundreds of thousands during the March on Washington by none other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And 4651 of you got that right and know your history. I love it. You're a quarter of the way there. You have a dream. I know you do. Let's make it to question 4. Which team won the 2018 Stanley Cup? This is some pop culture that just happened last night, you guys. Was it the Vegas Golden Knights, Washington Capitals, or Detroit Red Wings? Hockey fans, this question is for you. What an intense game. 2 of these teams duked it out. The winner, after 44 years of waiting, the Washington Capitals. So go Caps, go. All of you are on your way to question number 5, and that is 3,400 of you. Let's do it. Chillax is a blend of the words chill and decompress, lounge, or relax. You guys should all chillax on this one because I know you have it. It's a pretty simple one. Just think of the words that are combined to tell people to chill out. Chillax is a blend of words chill and relax. Duh. There's no chillax in the game here, though. Things are really heating up, and we have 3,411 of you still in the game. We're nearly halfway there. To question number 6, we go. What is the largest living lizard in the world? That is a tongue twister for me. Is it the Komodo dragon, the green iguana, or the Draco lizard? I'm not really into lizards myself. That's a story for another time, but they've haunted me, seriously. But everything has its place in nature. I'm sure they're majestic. The Komodo dragon is the largest living lizard in the world, and males can get up to 200 pounds. Holy cow, that's like frightening and very gross, but maybe you think they're adorable. Let's move on to something a little less icky. Question number 7. Which U.S. state divides itself into parishes instead of counties? Is it Texas, Louisiana, or Alaska? Most of you here in the States have counties, and I'm pretty sure plenty of places outside of the U.S. have them as well, but did you know that one state decided to be a rebel and do parishes instead? Home to Mardi Gras and the New Orleans Saints, it's Nolans, y'all, Louisiana. And if any of you New Orleans people know why you guys did that, let us know. I'm generally curious, and I've always wondered why, but it looks like 2,300 of you know your counties. Let's continue to question number 8. Who played Dr. Hannibal Lecter in the 1991 film The Silence of the Lambs? Was it Scott Glenn, Anthony Heald, or Anthony Hopkins? Such a creepy film, but always a classic. This was based on the novels by Thomas Harris, who I believe was in a question a few days ago, if I stand corrected. Really coming full circle here. But how could you forget the incredible performance by actor Anthony Hopkins? A few of you went for the other Anthony. He was in the film, but he played Dr. Frederick Chilton. Right movie, wrong Tony. But 2,300 of you guys aced it, and now we're taking it across the pond for some literary trivia. Where's our other host? We need her if we're going across the pond. Who is often regarded as Scotland's national poet? Is it William Dunbar, Walter Scott, or Robert Burns? He is given this honorary title for his renowned romantic works such as Red, Red Rose. I like red, red wine, but that's okay. Time for another question. If you guys said Robert Burns, you are correct. Ooh, guys, this one split you a little bit, but over 1,400 of you were not confused. Shout out to all of you that are coming on to question number 10. Which U.S. president was once the governor of New Jersey? Was it Grover Cleveland, Woodrow Wilson, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? All 3 of these fellas were governors back in the day, but only one was from the Garden State. In fact, the other 2 were governors of Jersey's next-door neighbor, New York. But it was Woodrow Wilson who was governor of New Jersey. Hopefully all you Jersey players already knew that, and we have 754 who are closing in on the very, very end. Are you ready for a vocab lesson? Because we are taking it to words. Grab your dictionary, people. Which word deals with emotions? Is it verklempt, glib, or harbinger? The actual definition of the answer is to be overcome with emotion, choked up. Maybe how some of you feel watching me host trivia. I know I do. It's technically an informal word. What we're looking for is verklempt. Verklempt, you guys. And 492 of you got that right, and maybe watch the SNL skit on verklempt. You so smarty pants. I love it. We are here. We've made it to the end. This is where all the money happens. Question number 12. Which country is situated in both the northern and the southern hemispheres? Is it Argentina, Tanzania, or Indonesia? There are several countries that sit right smack in the dab of this divide, and I think they're all pretty dang hot. At least parts that are near the equator. Duh. The country that sits in both hemispheres, though, is Indonesia. Excellent job, you guys. We have 258 winners that are taking home the money tonight. Congratulations, way to go. And we have a fun announcement to make. If you didn't hear me at the beginning, listen up, folks. We are having a special game with our friends from Nectar Sunglasses, so don't miss it. Again, if you want those 2 free lives, like I said earlier, go ahead and screenshot the game lobby's Nectar card and tag the Q Trivia, another show, and Nectar Sunglasses in an Instagram. I repeat, Instagram post, not a story. We want to see it on your feed, and we'll get those lives coming to you. But we have this special show tomorrow, 1 p.m. We don't do Saturday shows, so this is like really something. You guys got to come out and have some fun with us. But in the meantime, Sunglasses game tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. For now, have a great weekend and welcome to Friday night.